Advance praise for a man called Mark. Bishop Mark Dyer was a gentle, affirming, caring human being with an inbuilt moral compass pointing in the direction of Ubuntu. His appreciation for our interdependence, that we are made for each other, God carriers all, none superior, none inferior, and none more or less entitled, inevitably placed him on the righteous side of church discussions on contentious issues, the side of the disregarded, marginalized, ostracized, and oppressed. These are the words of the Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu. If you ever had the pleasure of speaking with Mark Dyer, Tom Linthicum's book will allow you to relive it. Here is the same clarity and generosity. Here, complex issues are made easier to understand. And here is the same low-keyed sparkle that made Bishop Dyer simultaneously charismatic and unassuming. In both tone and content, A Man Called Mark is an experience of the man. These are the words of Jim Naughton, Canticle Communications. One of the best ways to read history is to read biography. And this book is the perfect example. Through the remarkable life of Bishop Mark Dyer, the reader learns about the history of the Episcopal Church, the Anglican Communion, 20th century ecumenism, and the challenges of theological education. Beautifully written, this book invites one into a remarkable world of faith, hope, and love. These are the words of the Very Reverend Ian Markham, President and Dean of Virginia Theological Seminary. Mark Dyer was very much a gift to the church at home and abroad. His theological reflection was deeply rooted in his faith and bore witness to the words of Evagrius, a theologian is one who prays. As a bishop, Mark was a pastor after the manner of the abbot in the Rule of St. Benedict, able to listen to different voices with care, compassion, and discernment. A Man Called Mark allows those of us who knew him to know him, perhaps more fully, and for others to meet this wise and seasoned man of the Spirit for the first time. These are the words of the Most Reverend Frank T. Griswald, the 25th presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church. For someone who only knew Mark at the end of his life, this book opened my eyes to how influential he was in the broader church. Tom Linthicum masterfully captures the captivating and spirit-filled relationships and stories of Bishop Mark Dyer's holy life. These are the words of the Reverend Christopher Miller, rector of Emmanuel Episcopal Church in Mechanicsville, Maryland. I think that's the name of the town, Mechanicsville. That's interesting. A place for mechanics. A beautiful and inspiring story of beloved Bishop Mark Dyer, a true witness in the cloud of witnesses. This book brilliantly illuminates how his life, lived in deep faith, continues to radiate through those who knew him, who were taught and mentored by him, and especially those who shared a part of his journey and had the privilege to pray with him. A must-read, the theological values and principles he developed and taught are vital to the continued transformation of the church today. These are the words of the Very Reverend Sorry, I said it too fast. Let me say it again. These are the words of the Very Reverend Robin Zoke Coolidge, the Dean of Stevenson School for Ministry in the Diocese of Central Pennsylvania.